The goal of Bernalillo County's investment policy is to protect public funds in a way that provides the safety of principal, liquidity of the portfolio, and achieves maximum rate of return. Crystal caught up with Bernalillo County Treasurer Nancy Bierce to find out how the property tax collection is going, as well as the breakdown of the Board of Finance highlights from the end of last year.
Joining us this morning, we have Bernalillo County Treasurer Nancy Bierce. Good morning.
Good morning, Crystal.
Thank,
Great to be here.
thank you so much for joining us this morning. Super excited about this interview, Treasurer. We're talking about property taxes, which to a lot of people is not that exciting, but you guys have some new things that are going to be coming up. We're going to touch on that in just a moment. Let's start with property taxes and how well you guys are doing when it comes to collecting during the pandemic.
Yes, Crystal, we've been doing wonderfully. In November and December was our first half collections for 2020 taxes, and we collected over 50%, which is what we should have done, and that compares to previous years. So we're right on track with collecting taxes, even during this pandemic. I know people were concerned about that.
Yeah, and that's great to hear because it really does reflect on where we stand as an economy. So let's get right into it. Where does the money go? Because too often people, we know we pay the property taxes. In the back of our minds, we're always wondering, where does all this money go?
And you should wonder where it goes, because again, as treasurer, I collect for all the public entities in the county, and then I'm also obligated to distribute that back to them. So we think of public entities such as UNM Hospital. That's very important during COVID. Albuquerque Public Schools, CNM School. Think of also, when I say public schools, think of the public charter schools too. So I collect for them as well. The city of Albuquerque and any other municipality in the county, such as the village of Tejedas. So there's about 70 organizations, public organizations that I collect for. The AMAFCA, the Flood Control Authority, Rio Grande Conservancy District, that helps, along the river with our environment. So I collect for a lot of different people.
It's nice to know where our money goes and know that we're actually benefiting from it, being released from our hounds, right?
Right. And, we collected a little over 400 million. And so again, I distributed that all back in January. About 210 million of that money went back out.
So let's move on over to investments. People might want to know how Bernalillo County is doing when it comes to investments.
Yes, because again, that's a lot of money that comes in. And so we don't spend it all at once. It's spread throughout our budget year. So I have the task of investing that money safely. It is public money, so we have an investment policy that I follow because I do want to protect the public funds, and I do that by safely investing the principal, keeping the liquidity of our investments going, as well as then I look at what's the rate of return I can make on that.
Hmm.
So it's always safety first, so that it is public money that we want to make sure we get some money for investments, but we don't want to squander that as well.
Absolutely, absolutely. Okay, so you guys have some big changes coming up.
Yes, we do. We've got a new vendor that is working with us to update our online payments. We know that system hadn't been upgraded in over 10 years. So it was a great time to do that. And of course, hitting right at COVID time, I can't think of anybody who hasn't made a purchase online. So we really need to upgrade our payments and how we do that. So we're rolling out that first part in the next collection cycle, which is April and May of this year. So we're really excited to see that. The rest of the program will unveil itself probably in the next cycle, which is November and December. So you'll have more of a a feel of being able to get your payment, get your tax bill online, emailed to you. You can set up your own payments and how you want to pay. So there'll be a lot more flexibility when we get it fully implemented at the end of this year. So
Perfect.
we're just thrilled about it, though.
Treasurer, is there a website where people can find more information about all of this?
Oh, absolutely. Come to my website, which is bernco.gov/treasurer. Of course, the www before that is my site. But I also have, all my social media outlets. So I'm there on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Respond to me. I love hearing from the community.
So many different ways to reach out to you. Once again, Treasurer, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you, Crystal.